Hey guys, this is HD.
And this is Pain User.
And me and Pain User are both back for the grand finals of the IGN Pro League. That's right, it's come down to the grand finals. All you guys who are tuning in from home right now, tuning in on IGN's website, tuning in wherever. Thank you for watching this. Much thanks to IGN for making this happen. There are thousands of dollars of prize money up for grabs. This is intense, and it is between IdrA and KiWiKaKi.
Yep.
Pain User, take it away, man.
What did I tell you guys? I said KiWiKaKi would be back from the dead. He has crawled his way through the losers bracket, and he is back, ready to take on IdrA in the finals here. But keep in mind, IdrA is the one who sent him down to the losers bracket, so he is really going to have to work extra hard here. He is going to have to win 2 series against IdrA if he wants to take the grand finals. But if anyone can do it, I think it's KiWiKaKi.
Yeah, KiWiKaKi has some nasty Protoss versus Zerg builds. He was the one who actually made the mothership possible in Protoss versus Zerg. Now, we haven't really seen him do that lately, but it's always an arsenal he has up his sleeve, especially against a player of a caliber like IdrA. Now the first map, Xel'Naga Caverns, which I think is a pretty fair map for Protoss versus Zerg, so I think we're in store for a pretty good game here to start things off.
Yeah, absolutely. This map is definitely one of the more balanced maps, especially for this matchup. And KiWiKaKi, gateway in base, that's always a good thing, and
never a bad thing.
Has that probe at the natural, gonna go ahead and block that if necessary.
This is so annoying as a Zerg, let me tell you. Now, the nice thing for IdrA is he did open up with pool first. Didn't even bother to try to get the hatchery down immediately. He's opening pool first. And the reason for this really is because it's so easy for Protoss, especially someone like KiWiKaKi who loves to pylon block the natural, to just open pool first, get your early Zerglings, and then get the hatchery once your Zerglings are out.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. It's almost like a good Protoss player is almost always gonna block that natural, so it's almost futile to go for the 14 hatch.
Minerals, man. It's like, why not? Why don't you do it? So.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's almost it's ingrained in his build order now, just to get that pool first, get those 4 lings out, kill the pylon, then take your natural, and also you're not gonna die to any kind of that forge first nonsense where they come into your natural and start dropping pylons everywhere and cannons. I mean, just avoiding that whole nightmare scenario by getting the pool first. And like you said earlier, that is something IdrA has been doing a lot throughout this tournament. Even against Terran, he's been pooling first, especially against players like Select that he knows are going to do that that early 2-rack style. And
wow, a cybernetics core being thrown up to further block the hatchery, and it was thrown up right before the pylon power went down. This is tricksy right here, but I think the core is going to get canceled relatively soon. 25, 10. Oh! I don't know if he canceled it in time or not.
I think he probably did, but wow, that was very ingenuitive from KiWiKaKi. Haven't seen that very often, dropping the cybernetics core, and that building obviously has quite a bit of HP, so it does. Do Protoss buildings go up proportionally
as they're warping in?
As they're warping in, do they warp in faster per se if they have more hit points? That's something I'm not sure on. But does a cybernetics core gain hit points faster as it's building than a pylon?
You know, that just goes to shake.
That must be the case. Otherwise, he probably would have dropped another pylon.
Yeah, you might be right, because they have more hit points.
It might be a percent based.
But the thing is, with IdrA already having 4 Zerglings and drones out, that's why the Zerg player gets pull first, because you can deal with those shenanigans and get your hatchery down in a timely fashion. So
yeah, absolutely.
Good play by both players, I think.
Yeah, good play by both players. You're really not losing that much money if
whoa,
you drop
whoa,
a building.
Whoa! KiWiKaKi going 4-gate here.
And he's feigning the expand.
Yes!
He has the 2 sentries, the Zealot, he's dropping the pylon, he's making it look like he's doing a standard expand build here.
This looks like a 3-gate
IdrA
expo.
sending an Overlord in from the back, though. He might be able to get a scout on these gateways. Can he get that Overlord in far enough?
The 2 sentries coming in here to deflect the scouting Overlord. Will it take it down in time? The Overlord getting in there. Stalkers and sentries being warped in. And this may actually tell IdrA, hey.
I love how KiWiKaKi only warped in 3 rounds of units, though. Only revealing the fact that he had 3 gateways, not 4. He could have warped in a 4th unit right there, but he chose not to. That's just very good all-around game sense from KiWiKaKi right there. That's very impressive, and it looks like he is probably going to be moving out here pretty soon.
Well, IdrA looks like he's prepared for this. Oh, he's going to get his Zerglings inside, but a force field blocking the ramp. Now, this is what I want to talk about. IdrA actually saw the fact that KiWiKaKi was extremely intent on killing that Overlord, despite the fact he only warped in 3 units, and he blocked the ramp, wasting energy on a force field. So IdrA already knows, wow, you really wanted to stop my scout. So it almost seems like IdrA realizes, hey, what's happening? It could be a 4-gate. He's throwing down 3 spine crawlers, got a roach warren, got 5 roaches, and a ton of speedlings out, and I think IdrA will be able to defend this 4-gate just fine.
Yeah, it's really just going to come down to micro. KiWiKaKi could engage on the left side where the spine crawlers are not.
Yeah.
And that could be problems for IdrA.
He might go up the ramp. Oh, no, he's going to block it.
Oh, and he's getting in before these spine crawlers go up. He's going to be able to kill one of them, but the roaches are just starting to come out, and they're coming in and flanking from the high ground, getting in shots right now. And this looks terrible for KiWiKaKi.
I don't know about using all those force fields there either. It almost seems like a waste of energy at that point, because you kind of, when you're in that situation, it's like your 4-gate really not going to work anymore. Maybe you could reposition to the left with your energy on your force fields, but no, he actually wasted the energy, and now he's going to fall back with only 5 sentries, and that right there was some serious high game strategy.
Yeah, luckily he kept these sentries alive.
Yeah.
They are going to be so important and crucial for him in the mid and the late game. He's going to continue to accumulate that energy.
Yep.
Really not losing too much right there, but more importantly, he delayed his expansion, and IdrA was able to stop that 4-gate cold.
Now the thing is, as a Protoss player, your 4-gate fails. As long as your units are alive, it's not necessarily over yet. He is grabbing his expansion now. So it's like a 3-gate Expo, just a little bit more delayed, a little less harvesters, but obviously KiWiKaKi's still very much in this game. He's only behind by just a hair. Now, pulling over the production tab, we do see Burrow and Tunneling Claws being researched by IdrA, but with the robotics facility already coming down, I think OBS will be out to scout the hidden roach tech.
Yeah, the OBS will most definitely be out, and he will be able to get an immortal should he need one. They are so nice at dealing with roaches, especially if you mix them into your sentry and stalker composition.
Absolutely.
And it looks like KiWiKaKi going to get a forge, probably going to get a couple cannons up here at his natural. Those will provide added detection, and they'll just help him with that defensive position.
Plus, you can get upgrades if he needs to, which almost certainly will get +1 very soon.
He will indeed. And look, keeping that observer with his army right now, obviously worried about some burrowed roaches, not sending that observer out to scout just yet.
Wow, these players, man, it's almost like they're playing telekinetically. They already know what their opponent's going to do, just based on tendencies, just based on how the players are playing, only warping in 3 units, the fact that he was so intent on killing off the scout. Now, KiWiKaKi knows that IdrA is very likely to use some kind of burrowed roach tactic, and I don't think these burrowed roaches are going to do much at all. The nice thing is they can burrow and get away from force fields. IdrA now should turn around. I don't know what he's doing. He's actually, wow, IdrA not paying attention?
No, he knows. He's just trying to get out from under those force fields. He can still do a ton of damage with those roaches, but KiWiKaKi dropping force fields on top of the burrowed roaches, continuing to segment them. That was such impressive force fielding from KiWiKaKi. IdrA really just trying to bring it home right there. Really wanted to get out from under those force fields, but KiWiKaKi continually dropping them through the mineral line and falling back with his units, and additionally warping in those extra stalkers up top right there.
Wow, IdrA countering the 4-gate quote-unquote semi-cheese, because you don't see that very often, with the kind of cheese of his own, and didn't work out too well.
Yeah, it did not work out for him. I don't know that that game either was necessarily over.
I'm curious, why did he... I almost feel like he should have pulled back with his roaches once he saw that the Protoss army saw his roaches. He could have unburrowed and just ran for it and just came back and just played a standard game.
Yeah, one thing we know for sure now is that IdrA simply does not like playing from a deficit position.
Yeah.
It's obviously something he's not either great at, or it's something he doesn't enjoy, so much so to the point that he's not even willing to do it. So yeah, if you guys out there ever get a chance to play IdrA, try and get a lead. It's difficult.
This is tips 101.
But if you do manage to do it, maybe he might just leave the game. You never know.
Just 6-pull him, man. All right, guys, game number 2 of the grand finals in the IPL coming up next.